Right, quick video just because I'm tuning this Whoop, trying to auto-tune it. So just to show you something you might not have seen before and something a little bit cool. Particularly cool because I wrote all the code for this. Alright, so I've connected to the Whoop. I'll go to the config and I'm going to, so I've got config, and then on this screen on mission planner I'm going to select onboard OSD. So you've probably seen this, and the regular onboard OSD looks something like this, so that's fine. Guess it knows that I see it's not. Of course, I'm using a digital display. I think this works. Yeah, this works with DJI, I think, OSD display port. Anyway, that's not what I'm going to show you. So you've got screens 1 to 4. Screen 5. What is screen 5? So you might have used screen 5. So screen 5 I'm going to enable. Screen 6 I'm going to enable. I'm going to write the customization. And we now look at screen 5 and 6. Should see, okay, so screen 5 and 6 give you parameter control. So these are parameters that you can set using OSD commands, using stick commands in OSD. Now, the way you set these up is a little bit complicated. In fact, I see that. So we look here, you'll see that they've got these group and index values, which are secret keys into RGPilot's parameter system, and figuring out these numbers is next to impossible. So if you knew the right values to enter here, you could set this up, but not so easy. So so most people just don't change the defaults, although some of these look a bit strange. But there is a way, and it's actually not that hard. So I've enabled these two screens, so I'm just going to disconnect there. And instead, I'm going to bring up Mav Proxy. Alright, so we've got Mav Proxy. Let's put my little window over there. Okay, so we've got Mav Proxy here. Google RGPilot Mav Proxy if you want to know how to install Mav Proxy. Okay, so I'm going to say module load OSD. Okay, so that loads the OSD module, and I now have an OSD command. It says OSD param set, param show set. So if I say OSD param show, I get the same list of parameters that I had in the OSD screen. And so, and these are indexed. So if I say OSD param set, it should give me a little bit. Okay, so param set requires a screen, an index, and a name, and then some other stuff that is determined automagically if you so choose, but you can set these yourself. Okay, so I want to set. I mean, some of these are quite variable, so I'm gonna set these on the second screen. So I'm gonna go OSD param. Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna set the first one because it's easy enough. OSD param set screen. I want to say 5. Let's try 5. Index 1, and the value I want to do is auto tune axes. Okay, so if I now say param show, okay, so we can see auto tune axes is up there, and it's showing me the default, the range, and it's a bit mask. So bit mask a little bit hard to set this way, but it looks okay. So we've got auto tune axes there. And I'm going to now set screen 5 parameter 1, 2, 3. Don't think we have completion on here. Oh, we do have completion on here. So rate roll P. So rate roll B. I overwrote rate roll P. So I'm now going to set that back to parameter 3. And there you can see I've got roll D, roll P, pitch P, pitch D, different ways around. That looks pretty good. Then the other thing I quite like just to set on here, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to set screen 5 parameter 6 to ATC rate, no, not that, to log disarmed, because I quite like being able to set log disarmed from the screen. Okay, so that's all done with Mav proxies. If I log out of there, go back to Mission Planner, then if I go back to onboard OSD, we should see now screen 5, auto tune axes, log disarmed. So that's on there on the OSD. Okay, so job done. Well, not quite, because there is an even cooler part to this. Okay, so I get my radio transmitter, turn this on, my radio master.
Telemetry ready. Welcome to Edge TX. Telemetry connected.
All right, so
Telemetry lost.
I'm going to go to sys. Whoops. Single click sys and select TBS agent Lite, which I might need some power for this. I think I probably do. I think I need full power, so let me just plug in a battery. Alright, so TBS agent Lite. Not quite sure why it's not bound. Let's try this again.
Yahoo telemetry ready. Welcome to Edge TX. Switch warning.
Okay, pause this while try and work out why my transmitter's not binding. Alright, I'm back. So I think I thought this might happen, but my Pavo20 was shipped. I got it shipped with the TBS receiver, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the newer TBS receivers, and they have this interesting loss of bind bug when using older firmware with ArduPilot using YAPU, which I'm using. So I had to go through the process of updating. So if you're on 6.19, so that's the latest stable version, I think that's too old really for the newer RXs. So I've updated to 6.42. Now bound, now not lost anything. But, so here's the cool thing. So I'm going to go to sys. Very hard to see. I don't know whether you can see. Does that show? We'll try it. Let's see. Okay, so I've got sys. Going to agent Lite. And you'll see I've got Argicopter there. And then you press Argicopter, and hey, I've got Auto Tune Axis 2 on that menu, and then log disarmed as well. I can change that to 1. Perfect, parameter set. So that's the cool thing about this feature, is that the OSD settings you set to show up in the OSD also show up on the Agent Lite CRSF menu for Argicopter, and I bet most of you didn't know that, so enjoy. It's quite a useful feature. I've been meaning to configure that on this particular one for a while, so now I've got my auto-tune axes. Have another go at auto-tuning. Thanks for watching.